Wow, this is flavor. I did not sleep a lot this last night, but this really just woke me up, and I think I'm ready to run. Today we are going to make something that's kind of known as the holy grail of carnivore snacks. One of those things that are keeping people on track, keeping them from falling off carnivore. Something that you should always have in your fridge or freezer. Something that will save you from grabbing those potato chips that are sitting on your fridge. For those of you who are on the carnivore diet for a longer time, you for sure know this. I'm sure a lot of you are making this frequently. This is more for the people who are just starting out. However, even if you know this recipe, please make sure to still stay till the end, leave a like so that the algorithm can push it to the newbies and we can show more people how great the carnivore diet is. So, what is it? In a lot of places, this recipe or this thing is called carnivore crack. I personally hate that name. I think it should be called nice. So, what do we need to make nice? We need butter. Well, that was loud. We need butter, not salted, of course. Then we need bacon. But if you don't eat bacon or you don't want to eat bacon, you don't need to use bacon. What else can you use instead of bacon? Let me tell you. You can use ground beef, although my suggestion would be to dehydrate it. If you think it's a long process, you're right, but you can also do it in the air fryer if you don't have a dehydrator or just do it in your oven. There is a video I made on carnivore bars where I was dehydrating ground beef in my air fryer, so you can just check that one out. And then, because on here on Meet Carnivore, we are on a journey. I mean, you did not know about this. I am on a journey to get rid of this bacon fat that I have stored up. I have a lot. So I'm also going to make some bits from this bacon grease, depending on how much bacon we have. Let's get to it. Let's make nice. So of course, the step one is just air frying the bacon. If you want, you can of course just fry it on the pan. I'm just using air fryer. Type for Dom 2, link in description, use code MEAT. And now we're gonna brown some butter. So here's the thing about the whole butter browning part. I actually never browned butter before, so this will be my first time. What I always did is I just let it melt and did the thing to get the thing that I want. However, last time when I made the video about what I take with me to work, people pointed out that I should brown the butter. And I thought, well, okay, let me see how to brown butter. So I consumed a lot of content on how to brown butter, and now I just hope that it's not going to go horribly wrong. Well, we'll see. Medium heat. I just cut the butter into smaller cubes so that it melts quicker. Drop it all in and wait. So if there's anybody watching that doesn't know, you're pretty much you need to wait until it starts bubbling, then it's gonna bubble some more, then some more, and you just mix for a few minutes and it should be good to go. I'm not sure if I'm doing it correct. The video I watched, the lady just said, wait 1 minute. Well, it's been 4 minutes, but it's getting browner, but I don't know. I will do this until it's hopefully not too late. The bacon is done. Then we are going to assemble this situation. But you don't have to brown butter. I mean, apparently it's more delicious. We'll see. As I said, usually I simply just let it melt and that's it. Yeah, and when you think that it is done, or you are done, then you just take it off the heat. And well, I'm using this baking dish and just pouring it all in to let it cool down a bit. It also depends on how thick you want. Sometimes, if I am not as lazy as I feel right now, I would just pour it into these muffin trays about 1/4, and yeah, then you can just like straight pop them out. You can do what I'm doing right now because after we freeze it, you can just break it apart or cut it in pieces and just store for later. Some people also put parchment paper, which I also kind of normally do. Now that I think of it, I don't see why. Like, what's the purpose? Because I think it's going to come out just fine after the freezing, but we will see. And I also forgot to buy parchment paper when I was at the store to get things that we need for the thing that we want. Now, while that's cooling down a bit, and while the bacon is not cooling down, if I still have it in the air fryer, I am going to melt a bit of bacon grease so that we can try some of that out. Again, just low heat. Yeah, the same pot where the butter went in. Nobody cares. And the thing is, I don't want to keep it for too long because I do not run it through a filter, and I think it can go bad quicker. It's so good. The bacon fat itself needs to be simply melted down, and that's it. There's nothing, we don't need to wait for it to boil or anything like that. And with this one, however, I'm going to use straight the muffin trays. Okay, and here I'm going to just pour it in straight from the pot, hopefully in the muffin trays and not on my table, or on the floor, or on myself. But I know myself, that's the thing here. I should have more, but okay, there's a little bit left. I'm just going to add it to the butter. It should be great. Okay, all right, now that the bacon has cooled down, you simply want to chop it up however you want. And let me know down in the comments how long have you been doing carnivore and what are the things, if any, that you do or eat that kind of keep you on carnivore. I personally I have been doing carnivore for a year now, and I don't really need anything to keep me on carnivore. I make different things mostly for you guys, but day to day when I'm not recording, I just eat the same thing over and over and over again, and I don't even care. It does not bother me at all. I don't think about it. I eat when I want. Sometimes I eat at, like today, I ate at 9 a.m. Other days I eat at 6 p.m. I eat one big meal. It depends. The most important thing is you eat when you're hungry and you stop when you're full, and that's it. End of story, end of discussion. So, yeah, but I'm very curious about you. And while you are there, just check if you are subscribed to the channel. If you're not, make sure to subscribe. We are slowly approaching 25,000 subscribers, which is kind of crazy. I will first add a bit to all of these bacon fat, bacon grease ones, just a few bits here and there. It also really does not matter much how much exactly you are adding. Some of them you can really fill up, it's just going to be nice and salty bites. Some of them you can have less, so just more fatty ones. These are also great if you're not adding any bacon or just tiny bit. It's also great for fat fast if that's something you are doing or interested in doing. I actually think I kind of had, no, there's no, I almost said too much bacon. There's no such thing as too much bacon, but for the purpose of this, no, there's no such thing as too much bacon. Okay, now I am going to leave this all out for another, yeah, like 10 minutes so that it reaches at least room temperature, and then I will pop it in the freezer for around 2 hours, and I'll see you then. Okay, so a good 2-3 hours have passed, and this is what we have. So here is the butter one, of course, and I did not take out all of the bacon grease ones. I just took out one so that we can give it a try. What I'm going to do basically is I'll just smash this up a little bit. It doesn't need to be in even pieces. Of course, you can also take a knife and cut it around. It's not comfortable because I'm holding my phone. But I think I'm just going to smash it with like a wooden spatula or something like that. And we'll give it a try then. I will try to show you. So there is no need to use the parchment paper, but like it might be a little bit, it might seem difficult at first, like when I tried on this side. But you kind of just need to cut in a bit and then lift just like that. And it's going to break naturally. Okay, that's a small piece. Of course, now I cannot show you. So you cut and lift. You see, and you get these pieces. All right, so I smashed them all up. I'm going to try first the butter one. I'm still not sure if I browned the butter correctly. I'll be honest with you guys. However, let's just give it a try. I mean, okay, I understand why this is being called the carnivore crack. The rest of them, I am just going to put them in a Ziploc bag and put back in the freezer. So I can just come and grab one or two whenever I want before I just eat them like an animal. But yeah, if you have not made this, you really should. Of course, I did not add a lot of bacon grease to these ones. So maybe like some of the pieces it will be more noticeable. And it also depends really on what you prefer. Some people like to make it very thin. I mean, this is not too thin, but it's just perfect. So you see, and this is going to Be a nice little snack pack for me throughout this week. And I just broke the zip. How did I manage to do that? Okay, I'll fix this later. And now we try. I think this was suggested to me once in the comments when I was asking what to do with all my bacon grease. You see the thing with these ones from the muffin molds, they come out nice. You have to eat them fast. I mean, it's already been in room temperature, so it's kind of slowly starting to melt. So let's just do this. Wow, this is flavor. Whoa. I did not sleep a lot this last night, but this really just woke me up. And I think I'm ready to run. So, yeah, try this out. Let me know what other variations you are doing if you are making these already. And yeah, thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a like, comment, and I'll meet you here next time on Meet Carnivore.